Hey folks, CA Rachana Ranade here. First of all, let me wish you all a very happy Diwali. Oh ho, क्या बात है. Today my animation team is also full in mood. So many crackers and nice Diwali effects they have given. क्या बात है. Very nice. But I'm sure that you will be like, okay, we can see nice crackers, nice lighting up. That is okay on your screen. But what about these firecrackers and lightning up on our trading screen, on our portfolio? So I'm sure many people have this question in your mind that the next rally in the market, it is going to happen. The next rally in the market, who will lead that? Will it be the Nifty 50 stocks who will lead the rally? Will it be the mid caps who may perform better? Or could it be the small caps who may perform better? We are going to understand so many important points in today's videos. Of course, keep on watching the video till the end. Now, if you want to gauge whether a specific sector or a specific category of market cap stocks will they outperform or will they underperform, in that case, you need to ideally compare them with some benchmark. Okay. So, if I were to gauge what could be the possible performance of small caps or mid caps, I'll have to compare it with a benchmark. And obvious simple benchmark could be what? Nifty 50. Okay. Now, how do we typically check such cases? If small caps and mid caps fell way higher as compared to Nifty when the markets were falling down, it's not that great sign, but typically that's what happens. Question is, did they bounce back well? Okay, so when Nifty also started rising, how well did small caps and mid caps rise? So as a net fall and rise, as a net from the all time high till today, have they outperformed Nifty or have they underperformed Nifty is what we have to check. And for that, I'm going to take you to this website. I'm going to put the link in the pinned comment also if you want. So here, what I've chosen is I've chosen 27th September 2024, that golden day when market had hit an all-time high. And today is 15th as I shoot the video. So if you see here, the blue line, this blue line is what? It's mid caps. The purple line that you can see, this one is Nifty 50 and the grayish line is basically your Nifty small cap index. You can also add one more index if you want to, if you were to compare it. Okay. Now what happens? Let's understand. You can see here Nifty started to fall and from here it was kind of flattish, and here you can see mid caps, small caps both fell way higher than Nifty. Correct. Question is, did they actually bounce back well or not? So if you see here, Nifty of course bounced back and again in sideways, but look at the way mid caps, the blue line that has bounced back. Look at the way this gray line that is of small caps that has bounced back. But let's understand how much are the returns of these three indices from their all-time highs. Now if you see here, Nifty mid cap 150, it's at minus 3.4% from its all-time high. What about Nifty 50? It's at minus 3.9% from its all-time high. Whereas small cap 250 is minus 8.1%. So if I were to compare, how does it fare today as compared to its all-time high? Nifty mid cap has outperformed Nifty 50. And with this logic, there are great chances that Nifty mid cap may lead the next set of rally. But question is, it can lead the rally only if it is not extremely overvalued. But is it? Let's check it. Every Diwali, we light diyas to remove darkness. But the brightest light is the one that comes with knowledge. So this Diwali, invest in knowledge and watch your wealth shine. Use these coupon codes to enroll, because always remember that your wealth grows when your wisdom glows. Well, this is a limited period festive offer. So to light up your financial future, visit www.rachanaranade.com and enroll now. Now let's go to screener.in and check whether mid cap, which is the Nifty mid cap 150 index, that looks overvalued or undervalued. First, let's check for 1 year, and here I am on P ratio. Now, if I check the latest data, as on today, of course, today is 15th, I can see the data till 14th of October 2025. You can see here that median index PE is 34.7 and current index PE is 33.7. So, if I were to check 1 year time frame, the index PE is lower than its median PE. So, should we be happy? Obviously, yes. Now, what about the 3-year data? If you check 3-year data, median PE is what? Median PE is 32.6. That's what you can see here. And as per the latest data, you can see here the median index, so the current index P is 33.7, a shade higher than its median P. But I may say that be it 1 year or 3 year, doesn't look extremely overvalued per se, looks pretty close to its median P for 1 year as well as 3 years. But now the next set of question that you may have in your mind, okay, basics are clear. which are the major constituents of the Nifty Midcap 150 index. I'm here on niftyindices.com. Again, if you want, I'm going to pin the link in the pinned comment. I am just scrolling down, and here you can see the sectoral distribution. Now for Nifty Midcap 150, you can see maximum weightage is for financial services, which is 25%. I'm just rounding it off. Capital goods 14%, healthcare 8%, almost 9%. Auto and automobile, auto components almost 8% again. Information technology at 6%. So if I were to understand the top 5 sectors of Nifty Midcap 150, these are the top 5 sectors. Okay. Now if you would want to have an answer to the next question. Okay, sectors understood. Which could be the top 10 stocks? Wait. Top 10 stocks is not like stock tip. Top 10 stocks based on the weightage of this Nifty 50 or Nifty Mid Cap 150 index. How do I check that? Okay, I'll just scroll up. I'll click fact sheet, and that's how the fact sheet would open up. Now, if I just scroll down, here you can see the same thing, by the way, which we had a pictorial presentation in the normal text format. Now let's check which are the top constituents by weightage. That's what you can see. So all these 10 put together will be around what? 15 to 20% of the total index. Now if you see here, be it BSC or something like PB Fintech, HDFC, AMC, all these would fall under the BFSI or capital markets theme. If you see Hero MotoCorp, acha, by the way, let me just quickly give one-liner explanation as well. Is capital market theme doing pretty well right now? Yes, I hope you have seen my latest video. If you have, you'll understand why am I saying that. Second one, Hero MotoCorp, again has done pretty well. The numbers are definitely decent enough. You can also check, you can also track this. So Hero MotoCorp would fall under which? Automobile and auto component theme. Third one is Dixon Technologies. Now Dixon Technologies will fit into the fast moving, it will fit into the consumer durables category. Okay. And for Dixon Technologies, of course, it is one of the, it is one of the beneficiaries of PLI, correct? And again, I've done so many videos on Dixon Tech also, you can check that. Next one, if I were to talk about the capital market theme or capital goods theme, basically, capital goods ke liye you have Suzlon Energy and also Cummins India Limited, correct? Then if we were to move on to Coforge and Persistent, that would go under the information technology theme, a theme that is not doing that great, but could be a contra bet maybe. By the way, though the large cap IT players are not doing that great, mid caps are not performing that badly. So again, you can definitely keep these on your watch list. And ultimately in the healthcare sector, we have Fortis Healthcare. So you have also understood which are the top 10 stocks by constituents or by weightage basically. If you were to track these companies, what could be done? I'm going to give you the answer in the next section of the video. Now, out of the 10 companies that we discussed right now, today, that is on the 15th of October, HDFC AMC results are out, and these numbers have, I think, come post-market hours. But what are the key points that me as a student of stock market, what should all things should I focus on is what we are going to check. See, first, we'll check about first 5 pointers. What is that? Number 1, check the revenue growth. Number 2, you can also check the profit growth. Number 3, check whether there is any corporate action which has been announced or not. Number 4, you can check whether there are any future plans that the management has very clearly given. For that, you will have to wait for the conference call or for the investor PPT. And of course, what you can check is any guidance, maybe revenue guidance or profit guidance that the management has given. Okay. Now, for that, let us check for HDFC AMC. Unfortunately, right now, as I shoot the video, the con call has not yet been done. So we won't be able to see whether management has given any revenue guidance, profit guidance or not. Okay. But let's at least check the Q2 numbers that have come up here. And for that, we'll go to the financials section directly. You can very clearly see here, this is the financials section. And here you can see half year ended FY26 versus half year ended FY25. And what amazing thing you can see here is revenue from operations is up by 20%. This is not QOQ, this is not YOY, this is HOH, new term coined by me right now. Half year versus half year. Okay. There is no term like that. Okay. So double digit revenue top line growth is definitely a good one. If I check PBT, PBT is also 16% half year on half year growth. There's a tax expense of -8%, but you can see all over the news, you can see that PAT growth is 24%. So this is what is being highlighted by a lot of different media agencies as well. Now, if you also check the Q2 numbers specifically, right now talked about the half year ended. Q2 numbers also, revenue from operations up 16%, and if I check PAT is up 24%. PBT is just 2% though. But then if I were to check Q instead of Q2, if I were to check Q1, now you can see here for Q1 FY26 versus Q2 FY26, this is just a QOQ, okay? 6% increase in revenue from operations. PBT unfortunately is minus 11% and PAT is unfortunately minus 4%. So QOQ not that mind blowing, but if I were to check a YOY number, which generally is what we check while we do analysis. So we did a YOY for, so this was like a half year YOY that we did for FY26 versus FY25. And what we checked here was also Q2 FY26 versus Q2 FY25. Now question is there any corporate action? And if you have seen my previous video, you will get to know that there was a corporate action which was being considered about the bonus. And has the company given the bonus? Answer is yes. You can see here very clearly, company has approved the issue of one bonus share for every one share held by the shareholders as on the record date, and record date has been fixed at 26th of November. Okay, so all in all, we got to know about the revenue numbers for the quarter. We got to know about the profit numbers for the quarter. Not only for the quarter, we also checked half yearly numbers. We also checked one more thing, which is about the corporate action. As I mentioned, future plans, revenue guidance. For that, we'll have to wait for the conference call. And if you want to learn fundamental analysis into much more details, I have a separate entire course on that. In this course, I've also talked about how can you use AI to do fundamental analysis and how you can do your one day research in just 1 hour. Okay, well, now that we have understood a lot about stocks, question is, if can I try and gauge which could be the mutual funds which are investing into mid caps, and based on certain criteria, which could be the top performing mid cap funds. Now what you can see right now are 5 mid cap funds: HDFC Mid Cap Fund, Kotak Mid Cap Fund, Nippon India Growth Mid Cap Fund, Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund, and Axis Mid Cap Fund. And if you're like, Rachna, why have you only chosen these 5 mid cap funds? Reason is very simple. I just sorted them as per their AUMs, that is a net assets in crores, and whichever funds were the top 5 is what you can see on screen right now. Okay, so HDFC Mid Cap Fund is the highest one with 84,855 crores as its AUM. Now what all other parameters do we check? Typically, for those who have been following my channel closely, you already know these things. Expense ratio, lower the better, and it's lowest for Kotak Mid Cap Fund. Okay, then we also check what are the returns. For 1 year return, HDFC Mid Cap Fund has given the best returns. For 10 year, it is Kotak Mid Cap Fund, and if I'm talking about 3 year or 5 year, it is Motilal Oswal Mid Cap Fund. Okay, one more important return criteria we see is alpha. How much more were you able to generate as compared to the benchmark? Again, for alpha, it is higher the better. And HDFC Mid Cap Fund has the highest alpha of 4.8, right? Question is, okay, you are generating more, but at the cost of what? You are taking some risk to generate extra returns. So for that, we check 3 parameters: standard deviation, Sharpe, and Sortino. For standard deviation, obviously the thumb rule is lower the better. Okay, so standard deviation is lowest for HDFC Mid Cap. If I'm talking about Sharpe ratio, Sortino ratio, again, it is higher the better. So 1.3 for Sharpe, 1.84 for Sortino. As I mentioned, this is higher the better. Just in case if you want to learn all these things in absolute detail, we have a separate course for this. It's magic of mutual funds. In this, I have in extreme detail I have taught you how to analyze mutual funds based on multiple parameters. Okay, so if I were to just summarize this, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 parameters, HDFC Mutual Fund ranks number 1 in 6 parameters, Kotak 2 as number 1, and Motilal Oswal in 2 parameters again. If I were to compare it with, 2 parameters out of 10 parameters. I think this gave you a good snapshot of the mid-cap mutual funds. Whatever I discussed in today's video, be it stocks, be it mutual funds, of course, needless to say, but I keep on reminding, this is nowhere close to a recommendation. The whole intent of our channel is to empower our viewers so that they can take their financial decisions on their own. And those who have been following me since a long time, they already have understood this, that financials or investing is easy. You can easily master it by just keeping in track with this knowledge. By continuously upgrading yourself, you'll be easily able to get there, right? Well, if you loved today's video as well, if you found a lot of value in today's video, please don't forget to smash the like button. Please don't forget to share this video with your friends. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, happy Diwali. You might have come across such advertisements on various social media platforms. Please note, all of these are fraudsters promising unbelievable returns through stock tips. I don't provide any calls or advisory services. I provide only educational content through my social media handles and through my website rachanaranade.com and rachanaranade.in.